Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we are going to be talking about detailed photographs, how I take them on a wedding day, what my process kind of looks like, and some tips for you guys to take away to hopefully improve your detailed photos. But before we start, I first want to mention, if you're not on my mailing list and getting free photo tips to your inbox every single week, you should go get on it, because if you're not, you're seriously missing out. Okay, let's dive in. So the detailed photographs are something that I take first thing in the wedding day. So I arrive to the bridal suite, I say hi to the bride, and I gather up the details. So while she's having hair and makeup finishing touches done, I'm gonna go shoot those details of, her shoes, the stationery, her dress, the rings, stuff like that. So the first thing I wanna tell you guys, the first tip that I have for you, is that the wedding day details, your photographs and getting the best possible photographs, this starts long before the wedding day. So a couple weeks before your wedding day, you're gonna wanna educate your client. And you're gonna wanna talk to them about what you need so that you don't have to go find all these details once you get to the bridal suite. So you're gonna tell them, hey, I wanna shoot all these meaningful details for you, and I wanna make sure that I can get this done in our allotted time. So have your maid of honor or mom or you put all of these important and significant items in a box so that I don't miss anything, because I want to make sure I photograph every single thing. So that's what I say, and it works like a charm. I arrive to the bridal suite and everything is ready for me, and I can just go ahead and move on to my first priority, which is to find good light. Even if there's an amazing background, maybe there's a beautiful piece of furniture or a marble tabletop, which my heart would just burst. But if it's not in a good lighted area and I can't move it to that beautiful lighted area, it's not gonna work. Lighting is key. So I'm gonna go find amazing light. I'm gonna find either open shade or some window light where I can put my stationery on the ground, have the window, pour some light in, and then I'll have a reflector to bounce it back. So find good light. After you find your good light, you're gonna wanna find a good background. So I wanna find something that doesn't distract from any of the details, and if anything can add and make it look consistent with the rest of the wedding day. So one little trick that I have is I bring styling boards to my wedding days. And I do this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a great background in a location that also has great light. So this pretty much guarantees that if I'm able to find good light, I can shoot there, and I have some neutral background. I have a bunch of other colors of the styling board and some loose fabrics as well, so I have some good options there. So you have your good light, you have your good background, and what I do is I work large to small. So I start with all the stationery and I create a big stationery suite setup, and I put ribbons and any stamps or any styling aids that I'm going to add then. And I kind of pare back from there. So after I'm done shooting a vertical and a horizontal of the stationery, I move back and I start kind of checking things off my list, and I start getting down to smaller items. So while I'm styling, I am kind of playing around with positioning, and I'm trying to make sure that lines are straight. But my biggest tip is that less is more. That when you're styling, if it feels forced or cluttered, just remove some items, because it's easier to just do a simple ribbon and a pair of shoes than just have a million things going on and the viewer doesn't know where to look in the picture. So less is more. Another item that I bring is ribbon. I have a bunch of different ribbon colors, mostly in neutrals, because sometimes they don't provide them or the bride doesn't have them, but you'd like to have a little ribbon or something. So that can be really great. So for my photos, for my detail photos, I have a couple of little tools and styling aids that I use that I want to share with you guys. Number one is this little tiny baby reflector. This is great. It has a gold side and a silver side, and it's perfect for shooting rings and earrings and small items where I want to just get a little more sparkle, or if there's not a whole lot of light going on, I can bounce some back. This is amazing for that. The second thing I have that's kind of my holy grail for ring shots is this Elmer's tack and stick in the white. I can make rings stand up and mesh into each other and do the perfect ring shots, even if the rings are not the right size ratio to really make that happen. If the bride's ring is really tiny and the groom's ring is really big and I can't get them to stand up, this is how I cheat at that, and you can't even tell in the final photo. So this is definitely a must-have if you're into ring photos and you like to pose them. I don't know if you can really pose a diamond, but set them up. I don't know what the word is, but the other thing that I bring to a wedding day is vintage stamps. So these are some vintage stamps that I have collected over the years through, I think mostly Etsy shops, but possibly, I think I've gotten some as gifts too, because people know that I collect vintage stamps. But these are just a really nice accent if there aren't any stamps on the envelopes, and it just looks better sometimes if there are some stamps or just around and it's kind of a compliment. So I work a lot in Annapolis. I have a lot of nautical look and those kind of stamps to work with. And I think it just kind of adds a little extra something to your images when you have those. Another little trick I have for the dress shot is this command hook. So I take a command hook to every wedding, and that way I'm able to choose the dress shot location based on light, and I can put this on a hotel wall or even wallpaper. I mean, I have a dress shot, I'm gonna see if I can throw it in here, where we were in the bride's kitchen. And there was this little patch of wall that was just really beautiful, and it had some really beautiful wallpaper, and I wanted to take a dress shot there, and we were able to do that with the command hook. So this is pretty awesome. All right guys, that is all that I have for you. Those are my tips for getting amazing wedding day detail photographs. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.